Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I'm your host, Joe Zolo. Week 12 of the NFL season. Guys, this is crazy. We are at week 12. Some of you, only 3 weeks left in your regular season. Some of you have 4 if you're playing in lighter leagues, or only a certain amount make it. But I know in a lot of my leagues, only 3 weeks left. So this is either maybe some of you have clinched the playoffs. Congratulations. Maybe some of you have clinched a spot in the losers bracket. Congratulations to you as well. Sometimes it's not about winning. It's just about not losing. And I think I'm going for that in a certain league. And then some of you are right in the middle of that pack. And I would say most of you fighting for a playoff spot. That's what we're here to help you with. Hell, we're here to help ourselves with that information. Let's get into it. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I'm your host, Joe Zolo. Ryan and Josh, the trio is back. I don't have to work a banana ball draft this week, so here we are. Indeed. We're back, baby. So as I mentioned, you're either fighting for or knocked out or have clinched a playoff spot. Have you guys clinched a spot in any of your respective thousands of leagues that you're in? If you don't say yes, that is a red flag.
I was going to say, I honestly don't know. I'm in so many leagues, I haven't checked.
I have not. I'm in the Scott Fishbowl playoffs, which start this week.
That's good.
But I have not clinched. My home league, 14-team league, is the most competitive it's been. If the right circumstances fell out, I'm pretty sure the number 12 team could still make the playoffs right now.
Nice.
And the number 1 team could miss the playoffs. So
I did clinch in Scott Fishbowl.
Okay.
And in Club Dynasty AF, Ryan.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was going to say, Josh,
I'm 9-2 in that one.
I feel like in most of my even Dynasty leagues, I don't think I remember a lot of people being clinched, but clearly I missed that you clinched.
So I have also clinched a spot in a specific league.
Shit.
Now I would say if you're in the Club Fantasy Dynasty League and have clinched a playoff spot, please stand up right now. Yeah, sure thing. I just want to just get that in frame. I just want to make sure.
Wait, what does that say? That? Suck it.
See that? It says "suck it, idiots." It says "suck it, idiots." I really wish that would have gone better.
Yeah, that needed to be a little bit thicker.
Couldn't see. That's fine.
I'm also a 45-year-old man, so you're asking a lot of me at this time of night.
Suck it, idiots. So, feels good, guys.
Would have been better with a big cardboard sign that you just kind of brought over and put right in front of the camera.
Listen, I tried making it as a fun reveal. I didn't have time to practice.
Even better, Joe, I'm going to clinch you first place this week in that league because I play second place. I'm going to take him out. First place is all yours.
Awesome. Great. I'm just happy to be here. Let me tell you, I'm just happy to be here.
It's 4 years in the making. You're doing the damn thing.
It's a lot longer than 4 years in the making.
It's 9 years in the making, actually.
Yeah, it's a lot longer. And I did just secure Stephon Diggs for a second-round pick, and I got a third back. So I feel like not a bad trade.
It was a great trade.
Remember, like and subscribe to the YouTube if you're on Pull or Tiffy, Apple or Spotify. If you go by their government name, hit that follow button. Never miss any of the fantasy football content. Super chat if you want to jump everybody in the chat because you're busy. You need to take a shower or something like that. You can do that. Super chat, jump your question right to the top. And then, of course, Discord for more football talk. Link is in the description. Whatever podcast you're listening to, and Josh drops it in within the next 10 seconds into your respective chats, wherever you are watching. All right. Quick news and notes before we dive into questions that we see coming in. Please drop all your questions in here. I already see a kicker question, and that makes me happy. All right. Lots of news and notes. CJ Stroud ruled out for tomorrow night against the Buffalo Bills. Davis Mills will get another start. Dalton Kincaid ruled out as well. Those are your 2 big injuries there for the Bills and the Texans tomorrow night. Jamar Chase's 1-game suspension is upheld. He will miss Sunday's game against the Patriots. The Browns announced Shedeur Sanders will start Sunday against the Raiders. He finally gets first-team reps in practice. Shout out Shedeur Sanders. Mike Gesicki was designated to return to practice from the IR. Does not mean he's going to play this week. He's just designated to return. Test confirmed that Michael Penix does need surgery to repair his partially torn ACL in his left knee. Don't know. He's torn multiple ACLs before.
That's why I made the note. The 2 ACL tears in college were on his right knee.
Yeah, we've been wondering about that all week.
Yep. So Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback for the Falcons, meaning you should trade every Falcon you have on your roster.
God, that pains me.
It's not gonna look pretty. Not gonna look pretty.
Okay.
Hey, at least Atlanta's $40 million are gonna get something, right?
There you go.
Which is no wins the rest of the season, and
gonna
Raheem
earn that
Morris should never
paycheck.
been hired as the head coach, like Joe said when he was originally hired as the head coach. Arizona has ruled out Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emery DeMarcado Sunday against the Jags.
I love Michael Wilson, baby.
20 targets.
All I know is Jacoby Brissett's the greatest quarterback in NFL history because he completed 47 completions, which is an NFL record. Held by Drew Bledsoe and Jared Goff previously, which is a crazy stat. Arizona also opened the 21-day practice window for Trey Benson. Saints released Brandon Cooks. He's on waivers. Aaron Glenn made Diana Rossini's report from Tuesday official. Terod Taylor is the Jets' new starting quarterback. The Raiders activate Aiden O'Connell. Look out. Joe Burrow, full participant in Wednesday's practice. Flacco is dealing with a shoulder injury. Lamar Jackson, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Rodgers did not practice on Wednesday. The Rams place Higbee on IR. And the 49ers signed former Washington kicker Matthew Gay. Shout out. Not a good signing.
Kicker news has been weird this season.
Yeah.
Just got cut for being ass on Washington and then ends up in San Francisco.
I'm saying, I'm really curious with how Geno Smith has played, if Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly don't give Aiden O'Connell a chance to start this season.
So I was thinking the same thing, Josh, and I had a memory lapse earlier this year where I was like, who are they going to turn to if they don't have Geno? And O'Connell was on IR at the time. I'm shocked they didn't give Kenny Pickett a chance. Like, I understand, like, we all know he sucks, but, like, it's not like Geno was doing shit for you. Like, see if you want Kenny Pickett next year.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the questions. Which Green Bay receiver would you rather have? Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs?
At this point, it has to be Christian Watson. He has built-in chemistry with Jordan Love. He's being utilized the exact way you want him to be utilized. I wrote about this in the waiver article. He and Alec Pierce, basically the same guy. You know you're probably getting 5 points, but that 5 could easily be 15 if 2 of them find the end zone. So,
Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in on Christian Watson. I've been buying in for about a month now, honestly. I think, the injuries to Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft. Jacobs, I think, will be fine. But again, I mean, if he's dealing with a knee injury now, they probably need to lighten the load a little bit. That's going to mean that Jordan Love has to throw the football. And right now, Watson's his guy.
I don't care. Listen to them. I hate the Green Bay offense. It's going to be just completely.
It is a headache, don't get me wrong. And I love Jaden Reed as a talent, but they just don't utilize him the way that I feel like they should. He's very touchdown dependent, and he's even more boom bust than any other Green Bay pass catcher.
Prescott against the Eagles, Dart against the Lions. Prescott at home, Dart on the road.
And they brought up in their next chat, our next question, that they are worried about the Eagles matchup for Prescott. And I did move him down. He's still a top 10 play for me, but you still don't know that you have Dart this week, plain and simple. I'm probably just going into this planning on having Dak Prescott.
Josh?
I want to say Dart. I mean, the Eagles just shot down the number 5 scoring offense in the NFL this past week.
At home, Jared Goff, not in a dome.
I mean, I get it.
If that's in Detroit,
I agree. It's a different story. I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
But right now, the Eagles have the best corner in the NFL, and that's Quinyon Mitchell. He's playing absolutely lights out.
And
that pass rush is getting home, plain and simple.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him.
And they beat this offense earlier this season without Jalen Carter. They get Jalen Carter this week.
Until he spits at Dak Prescott again.
Yeah, that's not going to happen this week. That's not going to happen a second time.
This is Dak. If Dart was fully healthy, it's Dak Prescott.
If Dart's fully healthy, it's Dart. His rushing upside actually lends itself to better production than what Dak Prescott is giving you.
Cowboys at home. I'm not saying they win. I'm just saying Cowboys at home.
I will say it's a legitimate question. I'm fine with either, truthfully. Yeah. And I'm trying not to let my Eagles bias get the best of me here because I have Dak Prescott in a few leagues.
I'm going Prescott. League starts 3 receivers: JSN, CeeDee Lamb, Troy Franklin, Quentin Johnston, Chris Godwin, Jaden Reed. Need to drop either QJ or Godwin to pick up another receiver for this week. Am I crazy to say I'd rather keep Godwin rest of season? Yeah, no, you're not crazy. Quentin Johnston sucks. You can get rid of QJ.
on bye this week.
Bad.
Bad. They don't have time for him to get deep with that offensive line issue right now. Justin Herbert's out here taking hits while looking for Quentin Johnston. That shit's going to end in week 13. It's Quentin Johnston's
all I
season
know
is over.
is I lost my fantasy football game by 7 points, and I had Justin Herbert as my quarterback with 3. So
yeah, in my home league where I penalized turnovers, Justin Herbert had 0.02.
Done.
Yeah, I told Keenan the same thing in our Discord. I was like, I don't
Not even a question.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. And again, I think it is a question simply because we don't know how healthy Chris Godwin is.
Josh. Excuse me.
I don't care. You know what Quentin Johnston is, and he's bad.
I agree.
I don't know why it took everybody so long to get on my train here.
Godwin comes back, he's going to be utilized. They're not going to bring him back and not use him. Quentin Johnston can be schemed out, as we've seen multiple times now.
Yeah, he needs to be schemed open. And if they don't have time to scheme, he's going to get crushed.
Correct.
And by he, I mean Justin Herbert, which we've seen.
I also has Dicker on a bye this week. Shout out Dicker the kicker. Is it worth keeping on the bench to go get Jason Myers, Kyrie Fairbairn for the week, or should I drop Dicker to get one of these for the rest of the season?
Myers is the kicker one right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably just swapping good with good unless you just have a shitty player on your bench. And if it's the last bench we were talking about, I'm not dropping Godwin to get an extra kicker. I'm dropping Dicker. I've dropped Brandon Aubrey in a league. I'm not playing this game with kickers. They're all scoring the same amount of points.
I was going to say, is Myers the kicker one on this season just because he had one good week? Or has he been legitimately consistent all season? I'm curious. I don't play in a lot of leagues with
He's Seattle's kicker, so he's getting a lot of extra points, and then Seattle's willing to kick field goals. It's the same thing with the Texans. They're more willing to kick field goals because I was going to say
Fairbairn's and Ryan, you'll be proud of me. I actually did some kicker research for our DFS show that's coming out Thursday morning at 9 a.m. because Austin highlighted Fairbairn in this matchup. Fairbairn has missed the last 2 games with a quad injury. He's expected to play this week, but the last game he kicked 5 field goals. They're averaging 3 field goals made per game with Davis Mills at quarterback. That's a 9-point floor. So
Myers made 4 last week, 3 the week before that. So he's giving you similar ceiling.
Yeah, and they play Tennessee this week to Seattle on the road. So I mean, you're guaranteed.
Myers also has 6 kicks above 50 yards, which is important in some leagues.
Yeah, don't go out buying Jason Myers next year because he's hot and cold every single season.
But you're buying him right Myers because of Darnold. So
go get Myers if you really want Dicker back and he's available next week. Try and get him. Like that's not bad at all. Dak, Dart, or Purdy? So basically, are we starting Brock Purdy?
Oh, I didn't even realize this was another question. I thought that was the same person who said they were concerned about Dak's matchup.
Nope. So. I don't think Purdy swings the needle for me personally.
I mean, 3 touchdowns last week and has a pretty nice matchup. I do still have Dak 2 spots ahead of him. I have Purdy as my QB10. I have Dak as my QB8. So I'm going Dak.
Yeah, I'm still going Dak over Purdy. Again, I'm trying not to let my Eagles bias get the best of me. Dak Prescott, this is what he does. He gets on these heaters in the middle of the season and makes you forget about the
saying
duds.
That.
Yeah, and makes you forget about the duds from earlier in the year. But
are we ready to hear?
All I'm going to say, this Eagles defense is not the Raiders defense. Plain and simple.
Yeah. But here's what's going to happen is now if the Cowboys win on Sunday and Dak Prescott has a 300-yard game with 3 passing touchdowns, what's the number one headline on Get Up the next morning? Dak Prescott for MVP.
Yep.
That's Dak Prescott. Because you want to know what happened? This is when it happens, folks. And then what happens? Week 15, Dak Prescott hits Dak Prescott wall, falls off. And then he slides with 8 seconds left and no timeouts in the first round of the playoffs, and they can't spike the football to kick a long field goal. That's welcome to the Cowboys.
Yep.
Kayshon Boutte over Alec Pierce. Yes, if Kayshon Boutte is playing.
Boutte was off the report today. He was practicing, so he looks like he's ready to go. Yeah.
Yep.
What Mac Hollins has been doing?
Adjust my rankings.
What Mac Hollins has been doing? That's Kayshon Boutte's role.
Yep.
So 100%. Shout out Kayshon Boutte. And yes, the Patriots have missed him despite the offense still playing well. They have missed him. If Jaden Reed's practice window isn't open this week, does that mean he probably won't be back for fantasy playoffs? Is there anybody better for you to pick up, truly?
Yeah, that's my thing is if we're talking about an IR spot, there's nobody else IR eligible out there that I'm any more confident in coming back with and Trey Benson just got taken off the IR today in most leagues. So,
yeah. Jennings, Pearsall, Godwin, Benson if he plays for the flex. Benson is not going to play. They just opened his window. There's no way he plays.
It's Jennings for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy who has been healthy the last 3 weeks. So.
Yeah. I was going to say that is Jennings as well. My cat's eating something. I don't know what he's eating. I'm going to take this real quick. 10-man sitting in first place, which is offered Drake London for Chase Brown. I don't know.
He did say he's dropping his team. Did we get this squad?
Yeah,
we did. Herbert, Bijan, Jacob, CD, Rome, Bowers, Chase Brown is in the flex. Dart, Addison, Gadsden, Harvey, Corum, Algier, Reed, Mixon. Holy shit, Joe Mixon is that's a name.
He clearly has 2 IR spots with Reed and Mixon.
Yeah.
Right. You can drop Mixon. You don't need him. He's not coming back this
Yeah, but he's in your IR spot, so it doesn't really matter. I don't want Drake London with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. I'm not going to lie to you.
Drake London takes a step back, and you have Josh Jacobs, who is now dealing with an injury, maybe not serious, but dealing with an injury. You need Chase Brown more than you need Drake London.
Yeah, because you'd have to move Brown into the starting RB spot, and then you can flex Addison or Harvey.
You were getting roughly like CD level production from Drake London. Now with Kirk Cousins, you're going to get Rome Odunze production. It's going to be hot and cold.
Yep.
So
nice job.
You don't need 2 Rome Odunzes.
Nice job cuffing Bijan there. You have Jackson Dart, but I would say you also need to consider. You have another trade.
Throwing this in here was offered Javonte for Chase Brown.
I would be okay with that, but Javonte hasn't been scoring touchdowns of late because they've just been throwing the football a ton, and that's where Javonte's been making his living this season is touchdowns.
Yeah. The one thing I was going to throw out just based on your roster, I'm guessing waivers ran and Emmanuel Wilson got grabbed up, but if you can turn Corum into Emmanuel Wilson and cuff both your starting running backs, that's also not a bad idea. So
agreed.
PPR, need a running back in a flex. Derrick Henry, Woody Marks, Alvin Kamara, Sean Tucker, Jawan Jennings, AJ Brown, Kayshon Boutte. Other starting running back is Dowdle, so you're obviously not benching him. Wide receivers are Jason and Ibuka. You're not benching them. The running back, we will start there.
It's Derrick Henry.
It's Derrick Henry, and it's not close.
Yeah. Yep, it's Derrick Henry. Flex.
It's AJ Brown or Kayshon Boutte, and I don't know which one I want to go.
It is not AJ Brown.
I was going to say I'm gonna lean to the guy who's watched every Eagles game.
It is not AJ Brown.
So I'm gonna say Kayshon Boutte.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine literally text me today. He's like, "Hey, you're the Eagles guy. You tell me, what do you think of AJ Brown this week?" AJ Brown gets absolutely smothered by zone coverage. Okay. He is second in the league, only to JSN in yards per route run against man coverage. Against zone coverage, he's under 1 yard per route run. Wow. Like, it is bad.
And Jalen Hurts hates him. So
there's that.
Well, if you believe the Philly media, but
I mean,
Jalen just doesn't like throwing in zone coverage for whatever reason, because it's that mindset of, if I'm throwing in zone coverage, I'm creating turnovers. And they've really started to beat that out of his head. That's why the last couple of years, he's one of the league leaders in fewest turnovers.
Yeah. He can't read a defense.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I watched the film of the All-22.
Cool.
And AJ Brown.
As long as they keep winning, I don't give a fuck what he.
Oh, hey! I'm not disagreeing. Wins are wins. All right. All I'm saying is, Jalen Hurts might be taking a step back when it comes to reading a defense, because I saw AJ Brown sitting wide open in the zone multiple times, and dude bailed in the opposite direction of AJ Brown.
I don't disagree. I also think too, a lot of the issues are coming from the offensive coordinator.
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah.
I think, I don't disagree
because
with that
AJ Brown can be wide open, but if he's not the first read, Jalen's not looking his way.
And that's a big issue, I think, too, where Jalen is taking off way too early.
Well, we saw that one game in week 1. It might have been, I don't remember, where AJ Brown was just running wind sprints the entire game, and it's because he was the third read in most looks, and Jalen Hurts ain't going to the third read. So
he's barely going to the second. So the second read is, I'm gonna run. That's his second read.
That's certainly the third read, but I feel like it's Goddard and one of the wide receivers that week.
Which is crazy. It should be AJ Brown on every single play. It should be your number one read.
That said, I do think AJ Brown has clearly lost the step a little bit. He doesn't look near as fast, and I wonder if it's the hamstrings.
Sure. That definitely plays to it. We will go into Smash and Game of the Week, and then we'll go right back into audience questions. So into Smash Play of the Week. Ryan picked Trey McBride last week, and he was the tight end 1. Shout out Jacoby Brissett's 47 completions.
Yeah, that helps.
Yep.
It helps just slightly. I saw something that said Jake Ferguson is the tight end 2, but he's closer to the tight end 18 in points than he is.
Oh yeah, that was part of my stats last week, Joe. Trey McBride.
Saw someone tweet that
before last week. Trey McBride was averaging 23 points a game with Jacoby Brissett. The tight end 2 was at 16 points, and the tight end 12 was at 12 points. Trey McBride is doubling up your league in fantasy tight end.
Remember when Travis Kelce you take?
Yeah,
in the
this
first
is
round?
what it was.
This is Trey McBride now.
Yeah.
Okay. But this week, Derrick Henry. Who is it? Josh?
Yep, it's me this week. It's Derrick Henry season.
Nobody started talking.
Yeah, no, it's Derrick Henry season this week, folks. When the calendar hits November, it's Derrick Henry season. Yeah. Henry has played 67 career games in November and December. He scored 58 total touchdowns over those games and totaled 6,389 yards on 1,202 touches. That comes out averaging over 95 yards per game and 5.3 yards per touch. And in 2 November games this season, he has totaled 206 yards and a touchdown. Gets the Jets this week, and they're allowing the 8th most fantasy points per game to running backs and give up 1 rushing touchdown per game. That's over the last 4 weeks. Lamar Jackson's banged up. He's not running the ball near as much. To get this ground game going, the Ravens need to rely on Derrick Henry. I think this is a week where he's going to finish top 5, and you might even see 2 rushing touchdowns this week. So, Ryan, thank you for not putting him as your 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdown bet. Wow.
I'll jinx him. How about that?
I'm out here ending careers with Josh Jacobs last week. So.
I should have apologized at the beginning of the show. If you see me blowing my nose off to the side, no, you didn't. Okay, just want to
mind your business.
Put that out there. Yeah, welcome to cold season.
Yeah, as I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, game of the week. I work so much for the freaking bananas that I read that as the Kansas City Chiefs against the Indianapolis Clowns. It's not the Clowns. It's the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay? Shout out to the Banana Ball for honoring Negro League baseball, by the way, with the Indianapolis.
Did you see the first pick?
Jackie Bradley Jr.
Jackie Bradley Jr.
That was
my
really
coworker
awesome.
Now, which is weird. I'm going to bring in my 2018 World Series. I'm going to be like, hey, dude, like, can 2 World Series champions just, have a photo together with the ring?
I love that. But no, I thought that was super cool. For those who play video games like me, MLB The Show over the last few years has done a special segment to honor the Negro Leagues. And so, like, I've learned a ton in the last 4 years because of a video game. They can help you with a lot of stuff. So I thought that was cool. But anyway, it's the Chiefs and the Colts in football. Right. And I'm kind of going another route with this. I tend to do this sometimes with my games of the week. I'm wondering if this game might actually end up being a train wreck for fantasy football because there's a lot of weird shit going on both of these teams. But I think that's why we all need to be watching this game. Mahomes has been great this season, but the last 2 games, very mid. The Colts are not bad on defense. And then you flip that around. The Chiefs have been tough on defense, especially to running backs and wide receivers. And this is a team, the Colts, that has Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman. That's very, very concerning. And then you throw in the fact that Daniel Jones has looked very Daniel Jones-ish in his last 2 games. So if we get into a situation where Mahomes gets his shit together and Daniel Jones doesn't, this could be a blowout where Jonathan Taylor lets people down. Or even worse, if neither of these quarterbacks get their shit together and the Chiefs can still contain the running back, this might be one of the most disappointing fantasy games of the season, and it's tied for the highest overall of the entire week. I'm legitimately worried. This is the type of game 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we would have been talking about this as game of the week for all the right reasons. I think it might be game of the week for all the wrong reasons. I think this is the less let down game in fantasy this week.
So you bring this up and it made me think of DVOA. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Defensive value over something.
Something like that. I don't know. All I know is it's a bullshit analytical stat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one of Joe's favorite kind of stats. That's for sure.
bullshit analytical stat. So in the AFC, I just want to bring this up because the number 2 seed in the AFC is the New England Patriots. Yeah. And Ryan, you just brought up in DVOA the top 2 teams in the AFC, which are Indianapolis and the Kansas City Chiefs. They are 1 and 2 in the AFC in terms of DVOA. Do you want to guess where the New England Patriots, the current 2 seed in the AFC, sit in DVOA?
15.
10. Oh, wow. They are the 2 seed in the fucking conference, and they're at 10. Well, I just bring this up because these 2 teams rank in the top 2, and analytics are the dumbest fucking thing on planet Earth.
For the record, it's
Green Bay is 7th in the league.
Value over average. That's what it is.
Green Bay
it measures the team's or players' performance on each play compared to the league average.
Okay. Green Bay is 7th. What in the fucking world has Green Bay shown you that they're 7th in the league? Anybody? Anybody answer that question? Is the answer nothing? Because that's what it's shown me. 7th in the fucking league. Houston is 10th.
Yeah, that's strange.
Buffalo is 9. Guys, you can't sit here and tell me that the fucking nerds aren't ruining this fucking sport. San Francisco is 12.
Just pointing out.
The Jaguars are 15. What are we doing?
We are also nerds. Just throwing that out there.
The Patriots are right next to the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons have 3 wins. The Patriots have 9.
Yep.
I don't care what fucking schedule you have.
And Deontay Hardy is the second best receiver in football.
Is the second best receiver in the NFL in 2020. God. The only thing PFF has gotten right this year is they ranked every Los Angeles Charger offensive lineman literally dead last at guard, center, and tackle. They were dead last. They nailed it. Honestly, They crushed that stat. Everything else has been horrendous. All right, back to your questions. Main focus of the playoffs, so really focus on schedule. I know this was brought up with the London Chase Brown.
Yeah, that was the London trade. I don't know that.
I don't think that changes
to be your worry. Yeah, it's your Josh Jacobs' injury is your biggest worry right now.
Correct.
Do Ayuk or Mike Evans return the season? Evans is not.
If Evans does, it's like week 16.
Yeah, and you're not going to want him.
Yeah, I'm not trusting in Ayuk right now.
I think you might see Evans decoyed if the Buccaneers are a lock to make the playoffs because they're obviously trying to.
The way they're playing, they're not a lock.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Falling off a little bit. Yeah,
and I don't expect to see Brandon Ayuk.
Yoshi getting Jamar Chase's extra targets.
I think so.
Is he Josh?
Josh thinks so.
I do think so.
Yeah, I think Yoshi.
And I hate Chase Brown this week. So
I already know what Josh is going to say about Yoshi because it's what I'm going to say if he doesn't. So you'll find out soon. Start 1, Trey Tucker, Yoshi, or Dortch?
It's
Yoshi, boss.
Yoshi. Start 2, Aaron Jones, Woody Marks, E-Man. Who are you benching?
And honestly, this decision could be made for you. The way that they're talking is that Jacobs is going to play.
Jacobs is playing.
So if that's the case, you're sitting Emmanuel Wilson.
I'm sitting Emmanuel Wilson.
I would still be sitting him anyway, truthfully.
I was thinking the same thing.
Start 2.5 point, Tez Johnson, Pearsall, and Trey Tucker. Yikes.
I'm sitting Pearsall.
I am not. I am shocked. I was expecting Josh to go on a Trey Tucker rant. I am also sitting Pearsall. I did not see enough last week that I'm bought in.
Geno Smith is still going to throw the football. That's going to lend itself to at least some opportunities for Tucker. Pearsall again, and I've talked about this like ad nauseum, honestly, about the 49ers offense. Like you're only going to get 3 guys in a week.
Are we not worried about Tez?
I'm not, honestly. He's got the floor is there more often than not.
I'll give him a bad week. If Godwin's back, you might be able to, but I'm more worried about Pearsall still.
It's fair. I'll heed to that. Like I don't love any of these guys. I like Tez. I just don't like his matchup.
Yeah, that's
the
fair.
Rams secondary can be beat though.
This is big wide receiver 3 energy
here. The problem is you also need to stop that pass rush real quick.
I agree.
Can we talk about how Myles Garrett has 9 of his 15 sacks in 2 games?
2 games. Still an animal, but
I saw he's on pace for 25.5 sacks.
Joe's just mad that he's stealing Brian Burns' shine.
Can we talk about Brian Burns?
I knew it. I knew that's why you brought this shit up.
Can we talk about it?
I know you, Joe. I've done this show long enough. I know why.
Brian Burns has been the most consistent pass rusher.
Joe, I'm going to tell you exactly how my Sunday went. So when they mentioned that Myles Garrett came into the game with league leading in sacks, I was like, oh God, he had that one really good game. Where is he ahead of Burns? He's only 2 sacks ahead of Burns. And so I was like, oh damn, Joe's got to be a little salty right now. And then obviously Garrett drops 4 sacks again, 4.5. And I go and look at Burns and he had 2. And I'm like, God, Joe has got to be so pissed because this could have been another great Burns week and Garrett just keeps outshining him. So
all I know is
I've done this show long enough.
I am knocking that defensive lineman too out of the fucking park.
Oh, and like you brought up on the show that day, you were the only one in on Brian Burns and no one's taking that from you. Yep.
Get fucked, everybody. Look to trade McConkey. No, because he's close enough to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Josh has an interesting point, and we have one game of data right now, but Josh looks really smart. When you have no offensive line, you need blocking tight ends. When you need blocking tight ends, receiving tight ends and slot receivers come off the field. And that's kind of what we just saw this past week. So week 13 is going to be very telling for this Chargers team.
At the end of the day, for me, this just boils down to what am I getting in return from McConkey?
Yeah, it's a good player.
A great player. Like I still think he finishes top 15 this season, which I was pretty certain that's what he was going to finish anyway. But I do think that the upside is now limited because this offensive line is so trash.
Yep. Or Joe's right, and they're just going to do dump offs to McConkey because it didn't fucking work in week 11. So
I was going to say, it's not like Jacksonville has slouches for edge rushers.
Good pass rushers.
They have a good pass rush. Like they do legitimately have a good pass rush.
Me off is the Jacksonville defense looked like they were on a downswing, and then they find themselves against the Chargers. It was such a weird week. But again, you're traveling cross country. There's a lot of shit going on there.
Yeah. They play the Raiders coming back. So if you do want to trade McConkey, odds are he tears up the Raiders and they can double team Max Crosby.
And you're probably sitting at your trade deadline. So just get ready to live with some regret.
Because after that, it goes Eagles, good pass rush.
Problem.
Chiefs, good pass rush.
Problem.
Cowboys, fine. Not worried. Texans, good pass rush. And that's championship week. So
I mean, I'll tell you right now, for my 2 teams that are relying on Justin Herbert, you have me questioning a lot right now because outside of that week 13 game, I feel fucked. So,
bad. Yeah, bad. Start Pearsall, Mac Hollins, Yoshi. This is a clean Yoshi Voss across the board, correct?
Yoshi Voss.
Okay. Purdy or Brissett?
Okay. So it is very hard.
Hold on. Second question. Stafford. You're not benching Matt Stafford.
No,
Stafford.
you are not sitting Matthew Stafford.
Purdy or Brissett?
I like Brissett this week, and it's hard not to like Brissett. I do like Brock Purdy this week. I think the 49ers, this is kind of a CMC revenge game. It's a primetime game. I think San Fran comes in here and boat races the Panthers. So,
yeah. Here's the thing. I think Purdy's going to be more efficient. You're going to get a lot more volume from Brissett.
Out of Brissett.
Yeah, ain't that the fucking... Yeah. Brock Purdy probably won't throw 57 passes in any 2-game span this season.
That's not Kyle Shanahan's game.
And Brissett will get you minor rushing yards. I'm not saying
Ryan, we talked about this on Tuesday. Brissett is the optimal streamer. His floor is literally 250 and 2 touchdowns. That's 18 fantasy points.
Guess who the stream of the week is this week, folks?
Guess who I picked up because Justin Herbert's on a bye.
Yeah. Bro, do you know how many people in our chat said that? Do you know how mad I am that I was not able to? I'm starting Tyler Shugg in my 2 Justin Herbert leagues this week.
Shugg.
Yeah.
Tyler Shugg your ass right out to the loser.
I would argue. Honestly, I think truthfully they have probably the same floor. I think Brissett has more upside. I'm fine going Brissett over Purdy.
Brissett. That to me is easy. I would go Brissett.
I really am.
And in first place, thanks to us. You're welcome.
Appreciate it, Woods Girl.
Yeah. Woods Girl. I see the W and forget if it's Wendy or Woods Girl because it says the at is throwing me off.
Yes.
Trade AJ Brown and Aaron Jones for Singletary and Rice. W or L? You got the best player in the.
Best player is Rashee Rice. That's
Rice,
who you want.
not even close.
The running back right now is kind of.
Running backs are a wash.
I don't know if I go a wash, but.
No,
I think Singletary is going to dial back.
How about this? The running backs.
He's a Rashad White in that Giants offense.
The running backs are washed.
Washed. Okay.
You won. E-Man, Kamara, Tracy, Gainwell.
Ooh.
Tracy in the
PPR.
Yeah.
I would go Gainwell.
I'm with Joe. I'm going Gainwell here. I think no matter who the quarterback is, we're seeing a ton of dump offs this week.
If Jaylen Warren plays, I'd be a little more weary, but even then, I'd still like
Josh noted. I do so many damn shows with Josh. I just end up parroting him every goddamn week. Kenny Gainwell seems to be in that role that we thought Jaylen Warren was in. That doesn't affect me at all if Warren's in the game.
Yeah, I think they're going to target Tracy a lot against that.
I think that's fair too. I like Tyrone Tracy.
Don't
get me
Lions
wrong.
front, excuse me.
I actually think Kamara could have a game coming back as well because he had his best game of the season with Tyler Shug. So
that's fair.
Elevator pitch on the Eagles offense this week, Josh.
The same pitch I would give you every week. Kevin Patullo fucking sucks.
Yeah,
Devonta Smith is the only wide receiver that I think Jalen Hurts trusts in zone coverage. I don't know why he won't look AJ Brown's way in zone, but Devonta Smith has been eating up zone coverage since he came into the league. So yeah, I think Devonta is going to be fine.
6 and 5. Would you trade Barkley and Debo for Chase Brown and Rashee Rice? Running backs are CMC, Jaylen Warren, Gainwell, Bigsby. Receivers are Nico, Devonta, Olave, McLaurin.
Don't know that you need Rice, but I think he's an upgrade over Debo. Right now, I would take Chase Brown over Barkley, quite honestly.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same exact thing. I think the right side of this wins both sides.
Yeah. Has Dart with Flacco as his backup. Someone just dropped Bo Nix.
I'm fine dropping Flacco for Nix simply because you're not going to have Flacco in 2 weeks, maybe even a week.
My only concern is I need to know Dart's back this week because you might not have a quarterback.
That's also fair. That's also fair.
That's crazy. Someone dropped Bo Nix, but yeah,
I don't think it's that crazy.
Oh, he's been hot mid as fuck, bro.
He's still starting quarterback that has. I'm not a Bo Nix defender. Let's get that out of the way. All right, I'm not by any means. All right, but he is a starting quarterback that does have some upside. His upside
too.
His upside exists in the last 6 minutes of the game, but that's. Forget about the first
in a vacuum.
54
Nix
minutes.
over Flacco makes a ton of sense. I also though I'm leaning more and more that the Bengals are going to protect Joe Burrow from himself and not bring him back this season.
There's no reason to bring him back.
You are out of this.
Your
reason. Team is fucking awful, and it's sort of a joke. They've been better for fantasy with Flacco than they have with Burrow. Burrow was averaging 7 fantasy points a game when he played.
That's because Joe Flacco's goated. Dynasty question. Would you trade Saquon, AJ Brown, and Jordan Addison for Ladd and James Cook?
I first want to say thank you for prefacing this that it is a dynasty question. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, for dynasty, you want the younger receiver. That's Ladd.
Yep. You got younger
and the younger running back.
You got younger running back, and you freed up a roster spot.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
100%.
Especially when there's no draft picks involved. 100%. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfectly fine with that deal.
But okay, we want the Ladd and James Cook.
I thought I froze. It got really quiet there. We want Ladd and James Cook.
Correct.
Yeah, we want Ladd and James Cook. Start one running back, start one receiver, 2 flex. Okay, start with the running backs. Kareem Hunt, Bayshall 2, and Singletary.
Kareem
Hunt. 1 receiver, Slayton Myers, BTJ, Booty. 2 flex, Tootin, Singletary, Slayton Myers, BTJ.
Singletary and Myers.
I was going to go with the same thing because I kind of like Slayton this week, but I'm not starting 2 Giants. So
I like Tootin if he plays.
Yeah, he's dealing with I believe it's a knee.
Ankle? I picked him up in one league as a stash, potentially for the playoffs.
My thing is, I just want to see if this usage continues because this week it just came out of nowhere. Like Tootin had been on the downswing for weeks.
Well, I needed to continue because in my 32 team where I bought J.K. Dobbins, Bashal Tootin is my starting running back this week.
Hope he plays.
I'd rather personally, I would just rather see if that dual usage, in tandem with ETN continues is kind of my point. So
I'll go Singletary and Myers as well, and that's fine. Garcia, trade Tet for Swift. Can we just say no and not look at anything? Or
I mean, you're giving up a top 10 wide receiver. I'm not making that.
So
I'm fine trading McMillan, but I want someone better than Swift.
Yeah, you want I get it. Your running backs are Henry, Henderson.
Yeah, you need a running back.
And you have Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. Like, we get it.
McMillan is expensive.
I'm going to throw if this is the best trade on the board, I'm making this trade. Tetaroa and Swift are both good for about 90 yards per week. It's just which one of them is finding the end zone. DeAndre Swift has been very good. Kyle Monongai's cutting in. DeAndre Swift has been very good.
He has.
This is the trade on the
Swift.
board. I'm making this trade. You do not need Teteroa McMillan.
I would look for someone better.
You might this week.
I'm not saying I'm not, and I agree. I love Teteroa McMillan this week. I love him this week, but I am throwing out there. Feel free to shop, but be careful about. Don't fuck up this negotiation, I guess is what I'm saying. You need a running back desperately. So
that's fair. Green Bay, the Eagles was the biggest fantasy deployment of the year.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. That game was dreadful.
All right, we're going to go into our upsides real quick and get right back into your questions because we had a lot of Andre Yoshivas questions, and we have a guy who has Yoshivas on his upside. But first, Josh has Kenneth Walker 16+ against the Titans. God, do I need that. Need to play that guy this week. And Andre Yoshivas, top 20 against the New England Patriots. Why don't you tell the people why, Josh? Give them one fucking reason.
Well, the one fucking reason is Marcus Jones is terrible, and Yoshivas runs almost 70% out of the slot.
No. Give him a first and a last name, and he wears a singular number, not a double-digit number. He wears a singular number.
Look, Jamar Chase not playing, of course, Yoshivas is going to see more targets. In Yoshivas's 2+ seasons, he's only been without Jamar Chase once.
You haven't said the name.
Tied for a team lead in targets that game. So, yes, Yoshivas is going to see targets. But the long and short of it is, T. Higgins is now going to get the Christian Gonzalez treatment. That's the issue here.
Which means
plenty of targets for Andre Yoshivas.
No. Who's being covered by, you dickhead?
I just said Yoshivas is being covered by Marcus Jones.
No. Who's he being covered by?
It's not going to be Carlton Davis.
Only
when he's running on the outside. Marcus Jones lines up as their slot. Yoshivas runs 67% out of the slot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Marcus Jones is a good cover corner.
Both him and Carlton Davis have allowed 5 touchdowns apiece this season.
Yeah, 2 of them were Drake London, who is 10 inches taller than Marcus Jones. Like,
the long and short of it is, New England secondary has allowed the 7th most passing touchdowns this season. And a lot of it is because of Carlton Davis and Marcus Jones.
I'm not here for this Marcus Jones slander.
Just saying.
No, I'm here for the Marcus Jones slander. First off, Marcus Jones is a great cover corner. He just got mossed by Drake London because Drake London is fucking Paul Bunyan compared to a midget. Okay,
Yoshivas is 6'3". Like, what's the difference?
And he doesn't have a contested catch rate of 110%. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm not here for the Marcus Jones slander. I'm here for the Carlton Davis slander. Do we make this guy the freaking thumbnail?
Yoshivas should have.
No, it was
Derrick Henry.
God, this guy.
I thought about it, but Derrick Henry's going to play better.
That would have been hilarious.
So.
Thank God.
And well deserved.
Yeah. I might put Yoshi on the start sit though.
Hey.
That's fine.
Yeah,
but we can't talk about Marcus Jones.
But again, if Yoshi's not going to be lining up outside all the time, he's not going to see Carlton Davis. So that's why I didn't go that route.
I'm going to strangle you through the monitor. He's like, I promise you, he'll catch a touchdown. It's going to be against Carlton Davis. And if he catches it against Marcus Jones, it's a jump ball.
Okay.
I love that half of our audience.
I'll give it to the guy that's 6'3". Like,
I love that half of our audience is learning how obsessed this show is with Andre Yoshivas because it's been a year.
And Carlton Davis, that dickhead. Ryan, you have Travion Henderson, top 5. Hello, whip it out. And the 2 times. Damn. Okay. Jeez.
If I would have known I could have went lower and not got made fun of, I would have went lower, but I'll stick with it.
You could have said top 12 and I would have been okay with that. Top 5 is crazy.
I was going to say, especially with Ramondre Stevenson coming back, like
that's part
apparently he got a standing ovation at practice today. That's what they were reporting.
Okay, well that hurts me a little bit.
Ramondre, yeah.
Sure, great. Okay. Yeah, you didn't fumble. Good job. 38.
No, he got a standing ovation when he trotted out onto the practice field. Like,
yeah. You made it.
Wild to me.
And the 2 touchdowns match goes to Jonathan Taylor, which is the Joe Jinx game plan. So I imagine you're playing against Jonathan Taylor.
I am in my home league without Justin Herbert. I need something. So I mean, it's a win-win. I'm either right and he scores 2 touchdowns, or I'm wrong on this and I win my home league matchup. So that's what I'm going for here. But on Travion Henderson, I am not as worried about this Ramondre Stevenson thing. Josh and I had this discussion Monday, I believe it was. To borrow what Josh has said about some other players this season, you're not putting this genie back in the bottle. We're talking back-to-back games with 27 fantasy points. He is the RB1 over those last 2 games. Oh, and they're playing the Bengals. Even if Ramondre Stevenson's back, there's going to be plenty of work. They give up the most fantasy points to running backs, and 13 running backs have scored 15 or more fantasy points against them. There's only been 11 games, folks. 13 backs have scored 15 fantasy points.
TreVeyon Henderson has scored 5 touchdowns in 5 days. Think about that for a second.
It's about to be 10 in 15 days, bitch.
I'm not here to fight anything. I'm enjoying this.
Look, I love me some TreVeyon Henderson. Top 5 feels the high with Ramondre coming back.
Well, I'll be honest.
If he doesn't, I'm all in. He might be top 3 at that point.
So how I typically do this is I try to make sure my rankings reflect even my hot takes. So I had already moved Henderson up to 10. And then I started looking at running backs that I'm going to move him to 6 just because you guys are actually 7 because you guys talked me into it. There were only 2 running backs I felt weird putting it behind him. James Cook and Derrick Henry. So I am going to move him below those in my rankings. I'm going to keep this for fun. I do think he has top 5 upside this week, but I did force him into my top 5 to make the show.
I was going to say, don't feel bad about putting him over James Cook. I do not.
James Cook on a short week against a good defense.
Yeah.
That's
and that's exactly where I talk. You know what?
I've got some notes when we get to it. I've got some notes on Cook when we get to
I'm not changing shit, even keeping him ahead of Derrick Henry. So I'm going to leave it.
I think the Derrick Henry thing is a little crazy.
Probably a mistake. Yeah.
The James Cook, if you put James Cook outside the top 10, I wouldn't even be mad about that this week.
And he may end up there as I dig into things because that's my big work tomorrow. But again, I just want to be very clear. I am not worried about Ramondre Stevenson. I think TreVeyon Henderson, I think it's his team now. So
my picks, I have Noah Fant top 7 against the Patriots. They can't cover tight ends. They can't cover a tight end.
As long as Gesicki's not back this week, but I still think Fant's fine regardless.
Yeah, I don't think Gesicki plays. And I picked a defense for an upside and a downside. I think the Raiders are top 10 against the Cleveland Browns this week.
So this goes against everything Josh and I have been saying for the last 2 weeks about.
But they're playing a 3rd-string quarterback. That's the difference, right?
Did you see Shador shift the protection away from the blitz and then throw it directly into the Ravens defensive back?
Let me ask you guys this, because this has been something running through my head, and Joe, this will go into what you're about to talk with the Raiders. My home league, we start 1 IDP. And if you get your guy right on a guy who has multiple sacks that week, you win. Like plain and simple. Myles Garrett's 4 sack games were both worth 40+ points in this league. Like that's how I've done the scoring. Right now, I've been starting Foya Luakon for safe floor. This week, I do not have Devon Achane, just like Woods Girl, and I'm going up against Jonathan Taylor. Am I going and grabbing Max Crosby, Joe? See, and that's it. I had the button clicked and I unclicked it. I wasn't ready to make that move because Jacoby Brissett's had some fumble issues, and I figured your Foya Luakon might do something for me this week. So,
as somebody who has Max Crosby in the same league every single year, he's been good. He's been good, but he hasn't been getting the sack numbers I think you want to see.
Yeah.
So I would be a little hesitant there. And
I wouldn't against Shador though. The dude
he holds the ball so well.
Does hold it. And he takes sacks. You know what? I would be okay. He takes sacks and he doesn't step up in the pocket. He fades back, which is exactly where Max Crosby is going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. Yeah. Play. You got to swing for the upside. I think that's fine.
Oh my God. Someone picked him up during the show. It's Foy.
They knew.
Thankfully, it's not the person I'm playing.
They knew. All right. Quickly back to some questions before we go into the downsides. Is Hollins or Dortch good enough to start over Yoshi?
No.
It's Yoshi.
This is the most pro.
Well, Hollins is going to go back to nothing once Booty is healthy.
Exactly.
He won't go back to fully nothing. He'll make good football plays, but not fantasy relevant.
3 to 4 targets, 1 nice catch for the game for
Hollins. Watson or Yoshi? I'm still going Yoshi.
Ooh. That I might go Watson.
Yeah, they're tugging at our heartstrings there. I'm going to go Yoshi, though.
Look, here's the thing with Minnesota. They give up big plays, and that's where Watson lives.
Cool. He also lives in the locker room with a hamstring injury. Andre Yoshivas. Goddard or Ferguson?
Ooh.
Goddard?
So this is one of those situations where it's a tough matchup.
They're both touchdown reliant right now.
I had moved Ferguson down my rankings, but I stopped at Goddard. So I have them right next to each other. I just don't think I'm willing to make that move. So I'm going to stick with Ferguson.
Dallas gives up on tight ends. I mean, yeah, Brock Bowers.
I'm going Goddard. I think you got to go Goddard.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Goddard simply because they'll clamp down on AJ Brown like they did early. I'm trying to remember what Goddard do against them week 1.
I'm gonna go.
Goddard went 7 for 44. He had 11 fantasy points. So
I'm gonna say Dallas. I'm gonna pick the worst secondary, and I'm gonna go Dallas. So, Michael Wilson or Yoshi over Flowers or Odunze?
Oddly enough, I think I might go both.
I'm not
over Flowers and Odunze.
Odunze has a great matchup. Flowers has a great matchup. They're both top 15 guys for me. I was not ready to move Wilson or Yoshi into those spots. I'm starting the studs.
My only worry with Flowers is if they get up early and they don't throw and it is a big Derrick Henry game, how much is he going to be used?
Very fair.
You could convince me Yoshi over Flowers there, but I'd still probably start your 2 guys there. I think
just worries me, man. Like he's been so inconsistent.
I know.
And I just feel like there's more guaranteed volume with Wilson over Odunze.
That's fair. That's very fair. Would you trade Herbert and Nico for Lamar? Yes.
Have to.
I don't even need to see your team. Yes.
I mean, you got Dart, so you don't need.
I was just gonna say, now that I see that you have Dart, I'm less worried.
Nope.
Because you're taking a massive downgrade at wide receiver, going from Nico to Marvin Harrison.
If you have JSN,
the only reason you make this trade is literally for this week. In the event that Dart doesn't play.
You just told them why they make this trade, because Justin Herbert is going to be ass when he comes back.
You'll
have Dart.
Agree,
JSN, Tedero McMillan, Michael Pittman.
Yeah, you don't really need Nico at that point.
You don't need Nico.
I think Lamar Jackson.
And you have Brock Bowers.
And
again, this is redraft. You don't trade stud wide receivers for quarterbacks.
Let me throw one more thing at you, though. What record is the team you're trading to? Because if you're saddling them with Herbert and they don't have a backup, you could also be hurting them in the long run.
That's
I'm the Lamar. Side.
I'll go
I don't want any part of Justin Herbert at all. I don't want any part of him right now. When you're 11-0, I have Houston's defense. Damn. Shout out. Would you stash Cleveland's defense for the playoffs?
Yes.
Sure.
I assume you have the roster spot. If it's the last guy on your roster, this is where you start doing shit for the playoffs. And it's almost always defenses. A lot of my rosters by week 15 will have 3 defenses on it. So I have my next 3 weeks of defenses ready to go. So
that's smart. McConkey for Chase Brown. I have Brees, Judkins, Marks, and Harvey and Charbonnet. I mean, I need to know your receivers.
Yeah, you need the running back. That's for sure.
I was going to say Judkins is hit or miss he needs touchdowns because he doesn't get receiving volume. Yep. Brees is just in a terrible offense, so he's inconsistent.
Judkins has been, the whole Browns offense has just been bad. So
Harvey, I think, will get better. Again, it was a bad matchup against the Chiefs. Marks isn't scoring touchdowns.
Do it. I'm fine with it.
I was going to say I'm fine with it in a vacuum, but I want to know your receiver.
If McConkey's your wide receiver 3, I guess you can make this trade. If he's your 2, don't make this trade.
Chase Flowers, Odunze. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Currently have the Rams and Packers defense. Congratulations. Someone just dropped the Eagles. You dropped the Rams for the Eagles. No.
Probably not. I don't know.
No, Rams get more sacks.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. And Eagles have been generating a ton of pressure. They did just get Nolan Smith back. Obviously, the trade for Jalen Phillips looks like a fucking home run right now. But they still have the toughest schedule. Like teams are going to score on them regardless of how much they pressure.
Did I make a mistake not picking up Mooney with my London out? Nope. No. Don't even need to.
Don't need to. You have some non-buyer's remorse right now. You made the right move. You're fine.
Yeah, Mooney's been not great. And
playing against JT without HN this week.
Yeah, I promise you, Woods Girl and I are not the same person, but I'm doing the exact same thing in my home league. Did you lose Justin Herbert too?
That hurts.
It's almost like she watches every week.
Do
you think the Texans D can keep Josh Allen under check tomorrow night in a short week? Probably.
Yeah, but Josh,
I mean, what's under
thank
check?
you, Josh.
Not 6 touchdowns.
If under check is 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, sure, it's still not going to be a fun week for you.
Yeah,
So.
I think he's still going to score 20 fantasy points, but
yeah, I agree.
I don't think he has 40-point upside. So
yeah. What's up, fellas? You guys think Benson comes back this week? No. Nope.
I don't think he comes back this week, and even when he does, I'm not rushing to start him. His schedule is absolutely brutal, and that Arizona running game is awful.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Running back needy picked up Burrow in a super flex to flip. What is fair market value for Burrow?
In a super flex,
and I'm assuming this
is the top 15 running back.
I'm assuming this is redraft because he said they picked up Burrow, which means
there's no way.
Nobody's dropping him in Dynasty. Yeah, I'd say at least a top 15 running back.
Yeah, top 15, top 20. Like looking at this week's rankings, I kind of hated once I got outside of the top 20 of the running backs. But if I could turn Burrow into, Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker are guys. Maybe attack the Bucky Irving manager right now because
trade an injured player for an injured player. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. And then last one, because this pertains to the upsides before we go into the downsides. Raiders over the Rams. No,
I'm not going that far.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's how you get burned, when you get really cute at taking a bad defense against a bad offense.
Yeah.
That's when you get
I moved the Raiders all the way up to my number 20 defense. And I know Joe has them top 10. I'm just not there. So
moving into the downsides here, Josh, you have Bucky Irving or Sean Tucker if Bucky is out outside the top 15 against the Rams. And I hope you bring up the stat that I want to bring up. Ashton Genty outside the top 20 against the Cleveland Browns.
I love that Joe is putting all this pressure on Josh for
I know, right?
That's on his take.
It's like I need to be in sync with Joe here. No, look, the Cleveland run defense they've bent quite a bit. Like they've been really strong, but over the last 4 weeks, they're allowing 144 yards per game to the running back position. Look, Chip Kelly thought it was a great idea against the bad run defense to throw the football over 30 times in one half.
Yeah.
Ashton Genty had 2 carries in that first half. Like, what are we doing? He had 6 overall in that game. Genty's usage, straight up coaching malpractice. Close. Like, I don't understand it at all. He had 7 total yards rushing against Dallas.
You're so close. Bring it up. You're so close.
From week 6 to week 10, Dallas was allowing 134 rushing yards to the running back position. And Genty goes for 7.
Josh,
the plus side, Genty has 18 targets over his last 3 games. So maybe there's some PPR value. But I don't think that there's going to be any world where Genty goes for even more than like 50 rushing yards against Cleveland because Chip Kelly's not going to call those plays. Go ahead, Joe. Give me the stack.
You were tickling the sack and you couldn't get it. Ashton Genty, 6 carries for 7 yards.
Yeah, I literally said he had 7 yards.
Do you want to know his longest run of the game? 11. How's that fucking possible?
So 5 carries for -4 yards.
How does that make sense? That's why I said you were tickling the sack, but you didn't get it. His longest run was 11 yards. And then he had 5 carries for -4. How does that make sense? That's the dumbest play calling I've ever seen.
It's Chip Kelly, man. He's so not. The NFL has passed him by. He never should have came back.
7 yards, and his longest run was 11. He had 6 carries.
Yeah, half his games this season, he's been outside the top 15 at the running back position.
Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable, and it's crazy. Shout out them putting Jackson Powers Johnson on IR. I don't know how that man has a job, but God, it's real giving Barry Sanders vibes of holy hell, this guy's offensive line can't block, but he's insanely good when he even gets a sliver of a hole. Ryan, your picks. Chase Brown not top 15 against the Patriots, and no touchdown goes to Jake Ferguson against the Eagles.
Yeah, just because people were asking about Ferguson, the Eagles have only allowed 1 tight end touchdown this entire season, and they held Ferguson in check back in week 1. It was 5 catches for 23 yards and no score, so it seems like the Eagles maybe have the key to shutting Jake Ferguson down. When it comes to Chase Brown,
Jahad Campbell, baby.
Yeah. When it comes to Chase Brown, New England has just been brutal against running backs, especially as of late. They have not allowed a running back touchdown since week 3. In that same span, only one running back has even hit 13 one running back has even hit 13 fantasy points to get them. Brown has gotten better as the Bengals have gotten better, but he wasn't great last week with 12 fantasy points. I think in this game, They're going to be playing from behind. They're going to be playing without Jamar Chase. I think this is the type of game script where we could see another bad Chase Brown game where they're just not going to be able to utilize him the way they want to against a team that's very good at stopping running backs.
The only interesting thing is no Milton Williams, so I'm interested to see how the run defense looks without Milton Williams next to Christian Barmore. That's the only thing. But I agree. I don't like Chase Brown this week. Myself, I have Jacksonville's defense outside the top 14 against Arizona. Basically just a bottom half defense with the 4 teams on a bye this week.
You just need Jacoby Brissett to stop fumbling the ball.
I'm really counting on just Jacoby Brissett throwing for so many yards. That's really what I'm counting on here. And Bryce Young outside the top 15 against San Francisco. Let's not get caught up in the 463-yard game.
And that's what we're going to see. I'm not going to lie and say he didn't make the streaming list, but he is number 5.
He should.
Number 5 on the streaming
Francisco,
list.
you can throw on them 100%.
Yep.
You can. I'm just a little worried about the cross-country trip after a big divisional win where he looked very good, and it's in prime time.
And this is the one where there may be some garbage time, but it's also a situation where I think he's going to have to throw a lot. And when you put Bryce Young in a situation where he has to throw a lot, bad shit tends to happen. So
yeah, I'm not. Let's just don't get too excited. I like Bryce Young. Don't get too excited this week. He'll probably throw for a couple touchdowns, but I think he turns the ball over enough to knock him outside the top 15.
Fair. Very fair.
All right. Stream of the week, Ryan.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't sure if we were going to go to questions first. Well, last week was rough and we were not helped along by an Aaron Rodgers injury. I think this is my first stream of the week to get hurt, but we're on to week 12. Week 12 streams of the week, all available in about 50% of ESPN leagues. I am going to go with Jacoby Brissett taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The streaming matchups are pretty brutal this week, but Brissett is throwing the ball a ton, and the Cardinals have no running game. Even with Brissett's turnovers, he's averaging more than 20 fantasy points per game, and he led the league in passing last week, breaking NFL records. At tight end, I'm going with one of my favorites, Juwan Johnson, coming off of bye against the Atlanta Falcons. Again, it's a tough matchup, but Johnson's came back to life since week 7. He had his best game of the year with Tyler Shough in week 10. He's a volume hog in this offense, and the tight end 7 over his last 4 games. On defense, I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs against the Colts. It's a bad bet to bet against Jonathan Taylor, but the fact of the matter is Kansas City is very good against running backs, and Daniel Jones has gotten a little bit of the turnover bug as of late. Defense is about sacks and turnovers. Kansas City should deliver. Are you confident in any of these guys in week 12 in these tough matchups? Let us know in the comments. Full article available tomorrow.
No.
Yeah. That's how I feel putting the list together, let me tell you.
Honestly, no, I do like Brissett. I
would start Jacoby, and I'm starting Juwan Johnson everywhere. Don't care. It's the Kansas City defense, and honestly, it's all of the streaming defenses that have me very nervous this week. So.
Yeah, no great defenses to stream this week. Will Jalen Ramsey cover Odunze? God, I hope so. Let me tell you, I hope so. If he does, Roman
Joe is very anti-Jalen Ramsey, if you can't.
Zach, let me tell you this. If he does...
Joe, I'm going to throw one thing at you before you get on your shit here, though. This dude has been hitting the shit out of wide receivers this year. Like every time I see Jalen Ramsey in a game, he has been cracking some wide receivers. And I like that kind of football. Doesn't always lead to great coverage, but it's fun to watch.
Yeah, he cracked T. Higgins 5 yards into his touchdown run when he was 5 yards into the end zone. So, I mean, that's great, you know, when the receiver's already in the end zone and then he's hitting them. Ramsey sucks. Let's just get this. Ramsey's old, washed. I love Darius Slay. Old, washed, not going to happen. Now, do these guys end up having like a veteran, like, oh God, he's back kind of day? Sure, that happens every once in a while. Here's the thing and the problem with Rome Odunze. His quarterback has a deficiency called blind. And that's a real problem as an NFL quarterback. You ever play video games with somebody and you're like, oh my God, how did they die immediately when they drop into Battlefield? And then you say, excuse me, is your TV on? And they say, no, thank you. That's actually a really good thing. I should probably turn my TV on. That's Caleb Williams every time he drops back to pass, is he needs to turn his TV on.
I noticed something this past week that worries me. Caleb Williams misses the way Anthony Richardson misses, and it is not easy to watch sometimes. Like I'm talking 7 to 12 yards over the receiver's head, just sailing balls. It looks like they just didn't know their routes. It's a lot going on. It's not good. 2
generational talents right there. Caleb Williams and Anthony Richardson.
And I'm not saying Caleb Williams is as bad a thrower as Anthony Richardson. I'm saying he misses the way Anthony, there's a touch issue, plain and simple.
He just can't read a defense. He can't read a defense.
There's that too. Or he doesn't remember what route people are running. Because, like, again, it's weird.
Horrendous. Would you bench Lamar for Purdy? Lamar's on the injury report. I'm never benching Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Quincy, you watched the show for a while, so this may be with me where I get really worried. I don't get as worried about quarterbacks on the injury report as I do wide receivers. It's a lot easier to use a wide receiver as a decoy than it is a quarterback.
Yep. And a super chat comes in. Superflex, Burrow and Genty. What running back targets a fair market?
All right. You gave us money, so I got to go dig into this one right now. Give me a few seconds here.
Genty's about top 15. You're adding Burrow.
Top 10. I feel like you go for a top 10 running back in a super flex.
Yeah.
Starting quarterback, a high caliber starting quarterback.
I mean, you're talking essentially, I think the top 4 are off limits. You're not going to get that trade done. JT, McCaffrey, Bijan, and Achane. I think everybody else is up for grabs. So I'm probably starting with James Cook, maybe even Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs, his numbers have been subpar compared to what you think they've been this season. I'm starting with James Cook, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyren Williams. And I don't think Kyren Williams is even enough. Like, I know Genty hasn't been great. Kyren hasn't been full Kyren this season. So you're looking at, honestly, God, this is tough. Joe Burrow in Superflex has immense value.
Mm-hmm. Even if he hasn't played this year. Yeah.
Start high. Devon Achane's on bye, right? Maybe fucking try it.
Yeah.
Is it going to work? Probably not. But what's the worst that could happen?
I was going to say, I mean, start high, work down. Like, start with Achane, go to Gibbs. James Cook, I think, is fine.
The only person who's getting insulted by your offer are the McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor owners.
Yeah,
everybody else,
I think, is reasonable. Again, it's super flex. The one thing I've noticed, though, with super flex, everybody is going to value quarterbacks differently.
Yeah.
Some people, as long as they have one, they don't care. Some people, they need 3 at minimum, right? It also depends on league size. If this is an 8-team league, quarterbacks don't have as much value as they do in, say, 12-team leagues. So I think all of that's going to play into it. You also have to be cautious because Burrow has not played, people are going to view him differently in this quarterback landscape.
I mean, the worst they do is tell you no. You're looking fair market. I do believe in this trade, James Cook is fair market.
I agree.
But I think you can shoot higher than James Cook. And personally,
they say it's 12-team.
I'm attacking the Achane manager with Achane on bye. I think that deal could maybe get done if they feel like they need to start Genty this week. And Genty this week against the Browns is not a good start. So that it's a win-win for you.
I like that.
Speak of the devil, Dak or Danny Dimes for Joe Shiesty rest of the season. 6-point passing touchdowns, as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Dak, Burrow, Danny Dimes.
Yep. That's exactly. I'll drop times. I'll drop times for Burrow for sure.
Yep. I think Genty was overhyped personally. Said that back last year.
There's talent.
He's not. Yeah. He's not. Like
Joe, I actually gave you credit on our Tuesday show where you were the first person who truly was like, this Raiders offensive line is not going to let Ashton Genty get down the way he's supposed to. And that is what we are seeing. So
correct. And if you saw, yes, the offensive line at Boise was going to be better than the competition they were going to see. 100%. But what you have to watch is when he's getting through that line. And first off, can he read the blocking? That's huge. Yes, he can. When he's getting through, is the first guy taking him down? Is the second guy taking him down? Is he making people miss? The 5th guy couldn't take him down, and he was making people miss, both with contact and with agility. He's a fantastic running back, and if you were to put straight skill, you might be able to argue top 7 in the NFL. Pure skill. If you put him behind, give me the best offensive line in the NFL. Detroit?
Yeah, probably.
You put him in Detroit, what does he do? Menace.
Takes over.
Menace to the fucking society.
Well, and then you bring up the Chip Kelly effect. I said this to Josh on Tuesday. What if things went the way we wanted them to go And Ashton Genty is playing the DeAndre Swift role right now. Like, the world is on fire.
How about this? I'll give you this. You never would have happened. If he was behind the Patriots offensive line, remarkably, not a great offensive line. They are like just above the halfway or like just below the halfway point in the NFL. They're like high teens. Ashton Genty would have 1,000 yards right now on the Patriots with the Patriots offensive line and their offensive scheme. It's a bad scheme. It's a bad coach. It is the third
bad quarterback
line.
Geno Smith is demanding no respect. So
that's the thing is he's all around suck.
Yeah.
Outside of Brock Bowers, he's the only.
Yeah, I mean Brock Bowers.
Well, and I think Brock Bowers is the litmus test. Look what this offense has done to Brock Bowers. He went from being a god to being questionable a lot of weeks now. Like there are problems.
I might have missed one here. Not sure if he got missed, but was curious about your thought on this trade. Trade away Kenneth Walker, Stephon Diggs, and Tez Johnson for Javonte and Ladd. No.
So Joseph asked this in our Discord, and he brought up that potentially Waddle would be available instead of Ladd. That, to me, I'm going after.
I'm not a Jalen Waddle.
I know you're not, but you know what? Right now, Jalen Waddle is performing better for fantasy than Ladd McConkey. And he is outside of Achane, he has no competition for targets in that Miami offense.
Right now, I would rather Waddle over Ladd because I am truly worried about how bad that Chargers offense is going to be. That's very fair.
And there are consistency issues with Diggs. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and again, my biggest issue here was I'm not 100% sure rest of season if Javonte is that big of an upgrade over Walker. Rest of season.
Also, Tez could be useless in 2 weeks.
Correct.
So like I'm what I'm seeing is Kenneth Walker and Diggs for Javonte, and if you say Waddle's available, I would rather Waddle. If it's Javonte and Ladd, I don't want it. If it's Javonte and Waddle, fine.
I'll actually take it if it's either one of them. So
fine if it's Javonte and Waddle. I like Stephon Diggs a lot. He is getting strong rapport. I know it's not the highest volume passing offense, but they do have some matchups later down the stretch where they are probably going to be playing in tighter, closer games where they are going to need to throw. So, and just knowing that from the Patriots schedule wise. Would you trade Bowers because of his brutal playoff schedule? No.
Bowers is the only one in that Raiders offense I trust right now. Because when the Raiders struggle, guess what? Defenses go prevent. Bowers is going to see targets.
Mm-hmm.
The long and short is you're not getting Trey McBride. And other than that, I want Bowers.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is like, look at the seasons that Bowers and McBride had last year, and they were the tight ends 1 and 2. McBride scored 2 receiving touchdowns and was the tight end 2. That is your Bowers 2025 right now.
And let's also be very clear. No tight end has the ceiling Brock Bowers had, which has been proven. So
Start 2 in a standard. Rice, Pookie, Jettas, Diggs, T. Higgins is off the board.
You can't bench your first 2 guys here. I mean, I like Diggs a lot this week. You cannot bench Rashee Rice or Emeka Ibuka.
And I wouldn't want to start any of the other 3 over those 2 right now.
Yep.
JJ McCarthy can't hit the broadside.
I feel bad. I feel bad for We Buy Homes because when the season started, you thought you were cooking with this wide receiver room, and now you got 2 guys in Higgins and Jettis that you're like, I don't know that I want to play them. So
yeah.
Higgins is just this week. It's coverage.
To be fair, if Jamar Chase was playing, T. Higgins is a smash play this week.
I would go Higgins over.
T. Higgins is a smash play if Jamar Chase doesn't spit on
I guess I was more talking about Jefferson. Like, you just did not think he was going to be the guy. When you throw Higgins into the mix, Jefferson is legitimate. You're a wide receiver 4, and you're just like, whoa, what happened?
Correct. Will Isaiah Hodgins step up this week?
No.
Maybe.
I mean, he could. Felt like it came out of nowhere. 5 for 53 last week?
Yeah. Something.
But
you need Slayton to be out.
Yeah, Slayton needs to be out. That's what it boils down to.
No. Can you guys help with this trade? Sure.
We can try.
Probably not. Josh Allen, Chase Brown, Trevion Henderson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Aronde Gadsden. And then that's the starters. Then we go to the bench. Was offered Bowers and Pittman for CD. Half PPR.
You're giving up Lamb, Who's your current tight end? Arande.
Gadsden. I would do that. You have Jamar Chase. You're getting Pittman. You can plug him in at the 2.
It's a 10-man. I think you can survive, and Bowers is a distinct advantage. I was just saying it. I love Rondé Gadsden. Bowers is an advantage against any team that isn't Trey McBride. So.
But what do we just say with the Chargers too? Is they need blocking tight ends. They don't need receiving tight ends right now.
Yeah. Again, well, I didn't bring him up because he hasn't been brought up on the show yet. Josh said Gadsden and McConkey were going to fail. Guess what happened last week? Gadsden and McConkey failed. So
I'm okay with that trade. You have Jamar Chase. You know, Lamb isn't as big of a need, but yeah, I mean, Bowers is the advantage, and you're not getting. I mean, look, Pittman's good, plain and simple.
And I was going to say, Michael Pittman is no slouch.
Respectfully, too, Debo hasn't been horrible.
Like he hasn't.
Yeah, maybe he's been like an asshole.
He's been playable as a flex guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he really has.
And if Marvin Harrison comes back and Jacoby Brissett,
once Marvin Harrison comes back, you've got CeeDee Lamb production, 100%.
Yeah, like slinging that fucking rock is Jacoby Brissett. So I think you're okay. Just get rid of Jameson Williams as quickly as you possibly can.
No, Jameson Williams is going to go on a heater.
Josh is all about J-Mo to end the season.
I'm telling you.
I'm not. Fuck that guy. Who are you sitting? Monty Hall or Hunt?
Oh,
why does that sound like a movie?
Monty Hall,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds like a movie.
That's way before your time, Joe.
I know.
Hard. Okay, so I think
Monty's going to do great this week.
I was just going to say, so Monty came across my desk the wrong way this week. I was not happy with him, but this week, this matchup, I think he's great. I've been talking him up. I think I'm benching Kareem Hunt in this one. So,
yeah, Hunt's their red zone guy. He's not going to do much outside of potentially score a touchdown. Hall's he's the better talent. And the Jets have to do something that, bringing in the veteran signal caller. Hopefully that respects the defense, whatever. I mean, it's the Ravens. They've gotten better on defense. They have to use Hall, plain and simple, and they have no wide receivers. So
that's the thing is they don't have to use Hunt. They have to use Hall.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm okay with that. I'm not a Kareem Hunt guy. So would you drop Harvey or Sutton for Benson?
God, no. I'm not rushing to get Trey Benson.
No.
The schedule is brutal.
Yeah. And if they're going to throw the ball 57 times, Trey Benson is useless.
Less than ideal.
Yeah, less than ideal. Can't part owner Tom Brady do something about Chip Kelly and help Genty?
Yeah, fire him next year.
Unless Tom wants to pad up and play quarterback again to make the defense respect the passing game.
Yeah. Oof.
It's rough. It's hard out here for
47, 48-year-old Tom Brady would be better than...
Oh, certainly.
He would be a top 10 quarterback right now.
Even behind that bad offense.
Oh, I wasn't going to go that far. I don't think he'd be a top 10 quarterback. I do think he'd be better than Geno Smith, though. So
you don't think... I'm not talking fantasy football-wise.
Oh, okay. Just like pure quarterback.
Yeah, you don't think Tom Brady... I think Tom Brady would respect... Like, I'm not saying he's like 4, but like, you could slot him in at 9 or 10, and he'd be like... Guys, realistically, you know what? We don't have any more questions. We're going to play a silly little fucking game. I'm going to go through every team. You're going to tell me yes or no, would you rather that quarterback over Tom Brady right now? Okay? Same situation, same everything. It's going to go quick. Josh Allen. Yes, obviously. CJ Stroud.
Stroud. Yeah, it's Stroud.
Okay, fine. You guys have Stroud.
I will say that one made me think a little.
Tommy, get your tail out of this fucking conversation. God. Thomas. On the ground. Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady.
No.
Tom Brady.
Thank you. Okay. Caleb Williams. Tom Brady.
It's Caleb Williams, you dick. What are we talking about? For one game, or are we talking about to like build my franchise?
I'm taking for the season now.
Caleb Williams. Tom Brady is a statue. I'll take Caleb Williams.
No. Hey, Apocalypse, I don't disagree that Tom Brady would be dead, but the defense would have to respect the passing game more than they would with Geno Smith. That is my argument here.
Well, no, your argument is they'd have to respect the passing game more than 22 other quarterbacks in the NFL.
Correct.
It's a terrible argument.
Yeah. Drake May, the GOAT, first off. So obviously we all know we're taking Drake May.
Yeah.
Duh. Joe Burrow. Burrow. Yeah. Jackson Dart.
Dart.
That's fine. Jared Goff, never.
It's
Literally
Goff.
never. Literally never. JJ McCarthy.
This is the first one where you're going to get me to take an old guy over JJ McCarthy demands no respect ever.
Don't you dare. Jordan Love. Don't you fucking dare.
I was just calling Love mid as fuck. I'll go.
He is mid as fuck.
Could you imagine if you put Tom Brady with that wide receiving core? It'd actually be fun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun to watch.
And that's what I'm saying. Drop Tom
because he would
Brady
tell LaFleur, "Fuck off." I'm throwing.
Joe, I think I'm willing to say top 15, top 10 just seems ridiculous.
Okay, you have 7 guys over him right now, and honestly, I respect like 5 of the ones you've said, so I'm good with that. Sam Darnold, get the fuck out of here.
It's Darnold. Come on.
It's Darnold.
No, it's not. Yeah, fine. Cam Ward.
Brady.
Again, we're not talking about even 42-year-old Tom Brady. This is 48-year-old Tom Brady.
I don't care. I literally don't care.
I'll go.
The man
I'll
threw
put Brady,
660 times in his 45-year-old season.
I'll put Brady in that offense. That's fine.
Daniel Jones.
Brady.
Thank you. Patrick Mahomes, obviously. Tyrod Taylor / Justin Fields.
Brady.
Thank you. Lamar Jackson, obviously. Shador Sanders.
Give me Shador. No, I'm joking.
Geno Smith.
Obviously. The whole reason we're in this fucking mess of a show.
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm going Trevor Lawrence.
You like Trevor Lawrence. That's fine.
I mean,
Jacoby Brissett.
Can't get any worse than Trevor Lawrence, that's for sure.
I will go the conglomeration of Brissett and Murray over Brady.
And I will give you that because I think defenses have to respect Jacoby Brissett as a passer.
Yeah.
I will give you that. Jalen Hurts. Duh.
Hurts. You're really going through the whole fucking league. Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you. Dak Prescott. Duh. What the fuck else would you do? It is a Wednesday night at 10:21. Shut up. Dak Prescott.
Loving it.
Duh.
Yeah.
Michael Penix. No.
Brady.
Tyler Shugg.
I like some Tyler Shugg, but right now I'll go
Brady.
Baker and Matt Stafford.
Obviously.
Duh and duh. Bryce Young.
I like Bryce. You're not going to take me. I'm not taking Brady over Bryce.
That's fair. Brock Purdy.
Purdy.
Okay. Bo Nix. Tua Tagovailoa. Don't insult me.
Tua and Jordan Love are the same player. I'll go Brady.
Thank you. Justin Herbert.
Definitely Justin Herbert.
And Jaden Daniels, obviously, if he was healthy.
Yeah. So, like I said, he's top 20, I guess.
Yeah. He's hovering top 50. That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of the whole point of this. There's a lot of bad quarterback play in the NFL.
That's the whole point of this whole thing. Was there's a lot of bad quarterbacks that a 48-year-old guy could come in and you'd be like, yeah, I'd be happy with him as my quarterback over my current situation. That's bad.
Well, that's what I said. If the Bengals don't pay Joe Flacco for as long as he is upright, they are making a mistake.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Joe Flacco, respectfully, would start on like half the teams in
the
this
teams
league.
You just honestly almost every situation where I said I would take Brady, I would take Joe Flacco. So
that was the whole point of the exercise, was to show how fucking bad the bottom half of the league.
Well, and that's really the problem with so many of these teams is that they, instead of just being like, all right, I'm going to bring in a veteran, they're trying to be like, I need to develop this quarterback and we have to go through the ups and downs.
And it's so fair.
Yeah.
But like bring in the vet and then let the young guy develop.
Well, like I said, the one that bothered me, and I know they couldn't afford him anymore, and I know the dominoes fell the way they did. Minnesota moving off of Darnold was just an immense mistake. Mm-hmm. And it's because they wanted to get McCarthy on the field. If they could have afforded Darnold, that was the biggest mistake that franchise has made in a very long time.
I don't love McCarthy. I don't love Sam Darnold.
I'm just saying that was a functioning offense that suited their defense last year. So
it just fell apart when you needed it to not fall apart.
Very much so. There's no denying that.
So, all right. Purdy or Daniel Jones this week? Purdy.
It's Purdy. I'm actually down on Daniel Jones this week. I mentioned that game, that Indianapolis, Kansas City game, I think could be a trap game for fantasy football.
And last one to wrap us up here. Pick 3, Nico Collins, Tyrell McMillan, Michael Wilson, A.J. Brown, Alec Pierce. We are sitting A.J. Brown, I would imagine.
The whole show is sitting A.J. Brown. Honestly, I think it's the first 3 guys.
I think it's the first 3 as well.
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't sure if you guys would say no Nico because Davis Mills, but
Dude, Nico has 36 targets over Davis Mills' 3
That's
starts.
what I'm saying.
He's the wide receiver 3 in fantasy football.
That's what I'm saying. He's been good. And Buffalo's secondary is dog shit.
Yep.
It's the first 3. If you wanted to rope Alec Pearson on an off chance of a deep ball touchdown.
That's what I've been saying about him all along. So.
Yeah, but like Michael Wilson is going to get more consistent run.
Yeah, he's the volume play.
It seems like the teams that landed Alec Pierce all didn't need him. Like, great job by you on the waiver wire, but I just feel bad because like this guy should be starting in most like 12-team leagues, and he's not going to. So,
and fuel your gambling addiction on Underdog. Use promo code WOFF for a first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Last week. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I read the bonuses. I was like, no, that's not last week. In total, Josh 4-7, Ryan 6-5, both 0-1 on the bonus. So don't listen to their bonus picks. Thank God they don't have those this week.
We only have one. Once. Josh did.
We have one. James Cook lower than 73.5 rushing yards, and the bonus. Cook higher than 13.5 receiving yards.
So here are my notes on this, and the reason that I put the bonus is for the people that like to bet the hires. James Cook. And again, this line actually went down a yard when I made this. But in the passing game, Houston allows 35 receiving yards per game to the running back position since week 7. That's the 7th most. But what they don't do is give up rushing yards. Only one running back this season has even hit 71 yards against them. And Cook's line already comes in over than that. That one running back hasn't played in 2 months, and I'm talking about Bucky Irving.
Bucky.
That's how good this Houston run defense has been. Cook
and how good Bucky Irving is.
Yeah, right.
Bucky
Cook has 53 and 48 over his last 2 games. Again, he makes his living on touchdowns. But it's receiving where he's picked up the slack. He has 8 for 90 and a touchdown combined over the last 2 weeks. That's why if you like the hires, go for the receiving and fade the rushing.
The aforementioned Nico Collins higher than 5.5 receptions.
Yeah, I closed my notes already, but I remember what I need to say here. I don't have all the fancy stats that Josh does. I have this, though. Nico Collins in the last 3 games has not caught fewer than 7 balls. I don't know what they were thinking setting this line at 5.5. This line should legitimately be 7.5. He's coming off of a 9-catch game. This line will go up. If you want this line, get in on it now. It'll be 6.5 tomorrow, without a doubt.
It's a Thursday night line. That's definitely what it is. And Firebro says people have been saying AJ Brown should be his wide receiver 1.
I was gonna say Josh should. Firebros is a new name in the chat. Josh, kick that knowledge for him. Show him why we like AJ Brown.
AJ Brown against man coverage, 2nd in the league behind JSN in yards per route run. Against zone coverage, does not even average 1 yard per route run. Dallas absolutely shut him down in week 1. You know why? Because they ran 95% of the time in zone coverage, and that is the defense that Matt Eberflus wants to run. It's fully zone, not man. Yeah. AJ Brown does not succeed in zone coverage.
Boom.
There you go. We hope to have you subscribe.
Yeah, hopefully we're right. And then you come back, you hit that subscribe button and tell Josh how smart he is.
Or you hit the subscribe button now.
And then if I'm wrong, tell
and
me
if we're wrong,
how much this Homer is a fucking idiot, right? There you go.
I like that. But no, the people telling you AJ Brown should be a wide receiver 1.
That's wild. With the list of players you gave.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I have all 3 of those wide receivers, Collins, Teteroa, McMillan, and Michael Wilson, ahead of AJ Brown. I have Collins and Teteroa this week. I have Collins and Teteroa McMillan as top 10 plays this week. So.
Yeah, people who are saying AJ Brown have not watched football in the year of 2025. So that's crazy. Shout out. Thanks for coming back. We appreciate you. We're funny. That's the selling point.
Infotainment, baby.
Yeah, that's the selling point. You want to come here, you want to learn some stuff,
and we talk for an hour and a half every damn Wednesday night.
Yeah. Why not? We got to fill the time. Don't act like you're gonna go to bed 9 minutes earlier. Calm down over there, old man.
Very fair.
Yeah, calm down, old man. 9 minutes earlier. Tommy, get out of the freaking screen, bro. This guy, shelter cat. All right. For Josh, Ryan, myself, you can follow Club Fantasy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Club Fantasy FFL. The URL, clubfantasyffl.com. Always remember, defense wins championships, offense wins fantasy football. If you didn't get your start sit questions in, we'll be here Saturday, 11 a.m. Start sit different day. We will see you